Hello, Forza here, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about the Circuits V2 AI. Circuits V2 is a new type of circuits that came out recently. It's still in beta and constantly changing, which means this may be outdated in the future, and I will probably update it then. But if not, just keep that in your mind. Now, time to look at some of the chips. So here's some chips that you're going to use, or kind of optional. These on your right are the have-to chips. These on the left are the optional chips. They all have their own specialty. This one right here is the main control panel of the AI. It will come attached to the AI spawner gadget. You will find it in your palette under Gadgets, Other Gadgets, and on the second page. You spawn it in and you'll get this and the spawn circle. This one is the AI path to. It basically sets the path for the AI. This one is to make creation object to AI. Now, it's not the most recommended, but I've pretty much learned to use this, so I'm just going to use it for this video. Now for the optional ones. This one is for line of sight. So if something is in the line of sight, it will engage combat or just send out a signal. This is the AI set pathing speed. It will allow the AI to travel at different speeds. You can make it stay at one speed, or you can make a little go gadget crazy and make it go like kind of weird, kind of like this actually. Okay, how about we actually get the building, am I right? So what we're gonna need to go to gadgets. This is a path point. It's how you tell where the AI to go. Let's get 4 of those. Let's get a spawner gadget V2. And let's just get a button real quick, just to activate it. Now let's hit the Circuits V2. Let's get the AI set line of sight perimeters. AI path to. AI set pathing speed. And the creation object to AI. Well, it's time to start making stuff, am I right? Okay, so first let's choose a location for the spawner gadget. Let's just say right here, we're gonna spawn it. Now I'm kinda gonna organize real quick. I suggest you set it in a pattern that will be most convenient for the AI. Okay, now that's all set up, let's get started. So when the button's pressed, it's going to start the spawner gadget. First of all, we gotta choose what's gonna come out of the spawner gadget. Let's do a mouse bot, because mouse bots are kinda cute. When the creation object is spawned, we'll make it set the line of sight, AI set pathing speed, and AI path to. But to be able to do that, you need the AI. So what you do, you get the spawned object, put it into the object, into the creation object to AI. Then you loop the AI side to the other AI. And luckily you can make multiple. So you can just do all that very easily. Now let's configure the AI set line of sight parameters. Vision type, a cone or a circle. A circle will, imagine there's a dot in the middle of a circle. That will be the enemy, and the circle is their line of sight. A cone is kind of like us, a field of view. Let's do cone. If I can spell. There, vision range, how far they're going to be able to see. Let's set this to 7, just a random one. The vision cone angle. This can be really anything, it can be a 180, but I like to set it at 90. Hearing range, where they're going to be able to hear things. I usually just leave it at 0 because I never really mess with that. Now that it sets that, it's going to set the pathing speed and the AI path to. Let's set the AI set pathing speed. I'm gonna make it go about maybe 2 meters per second. Now that's done. We gotta set the path point to the AI path to. So select the target and connect it to the self. Should work. But if it didn't work, just try something else, I don't know. Now let's connect these path points together to form a square. use the wire tool to connect and disconnect. Luckily, you only have to use one AI path point to set the AI path to, because it automatically follows that path. Well, that's pretty much done. Now it's just configure the AI. So naturally, it's just gonna instantly look for you and not follow path points. What we can do is select disengaged. Now automatically engage combat behavior when finding targets. So when it sees you, it will automatically go to attack you instead of having to set up circuits to make it do that. I usually turn that off, just leave it on disengaged. Let's press the button. Make sure you remember to put on the AI stuff. Okay, once you do that, he will start following the path points, as shown. To make them pause at a path point, press configure on your maker pen and select a path point. You can select a pause time, for instance, 2 seconds. Face direction on pause. It will face the way the path point is facing. For instance, you don't want it to face this way. What you can do, you can rotate it where you want it to look. Then make sure the face direction on pause is checked. Bam. It's a very good, useful thing for making stealth games. Hopefully this has helped you make some really weird AI. If you have any questions, just ask in the comments and I'll try to get to them. Now, have a good day, alright? I mean it. Have a good day or else.